Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Icons and Circles. So this evening we're discussing about Muslim economic affairs, and Mr. Aleem Guiapal has been so kind to share, all this information with us, the progress that is being undertaken for our Muslim brothers. So we were just talking about how ASEAN is very supportive also.
Yes.
Well, a lot of the big players in the ASEAN are Muslim countries,
Yes.
no? Malaysia, Indonesia, and
Brunei.
well, Brunei, of
especially.
course, yes. And yeah, what is the support that they give to our Muslim brothers here in the Philippines?
It's really on the developing the trade. One is developing the trade mission, and two is I understand during the time of President Ramos, we had the initiative to put up the BIMP IAGA, the Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, East Asia Economic Growth, and that is supposed to be facilitating the development of trade missions and trading relations between the four countries.
All right, but if I may ask, what are the products that the Philippines export to the other ASEAN countries, and what do we also import from them,
Yeah,
especially for Mindanao? No?
We still need to develop the technology for Mindanao specifically, like in areas where the covered with the autonomous region. What the people know there. I visited the area many times. They only know how to make use of the product of the coconut plantation for only for copra. That's the only source, but it's more strategic if we had this product utilized for, say, for instance, the virgin coconut oil,
Yes,
which is
yes.
the demand is very high in Korea, and also for coconut juice.
Yeah, and also the husks are
Yes.
made into charcoal bricks,
Exactly,
no? So
exactly.
everything is really has a use, has a purpose.
Yeah, so that's one of the challenges that we're working on, how to transfer the technology. And also at the same time, we're trying to lobby to put up more plantation and manufacturing sites in the south, in Mindanao.
All
But
right. So
this-
these are discussions, no? Business forums.
Yes, we've been trying to encourage the Tabung Hajj, one of the Tabung Hajj in Malaysia. They're the office facilitating for Hajj, but at the same time they have an investment group, and we've been trying to invite them to come over in the Philippines to invest.
And then there's one. So you have also livelihood programs.
Yes.
Before this, you have that halal market.
Yes.
Okay. Exactly what is it, Aleem?
What the commission is doing right now is that we're the head agency to accredit the halal certification in the country. We accredit the halal certification body in the Philippines. However, as far as our bureau is concerned, we would like to lobby for and build up the confidence of the communities as well as the small and medium-sized enterprise to engage into business that are halal. For example, like livestock. Now for the Muslims, we had a different way of, and there's a Sharia compliant requirement. When we slaughter the chicken, we just don't slaughter it in any form. We had some readings that we need to do and some particulars that we need to follow. So this is part of our flagship program. We've been hosting different forums on investment.
So, of course, it's step by step.
Yes.
First you get to know each other, they get to know the area, then you develop relationships with the corporations for the community.
Yes.
So
And
there.
like what there was a time when we had an issue with Sabah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
at that time-
Actually, I wanted to touch on that topic because, well, I'm on social responsible. This is a little bit political, but it affects also the economy.
Exactly.
So
we
it's
had an issue on Sabah.
Right.
Some of the question that I encountered is how can I proceed with organizing the joint committee meeting to address the advancement of the Muslim Filipinos, and two is how can I push through with inviting the investors. Now I would add,
Because I know that Malaysia was caught off guard
Yes,
also with
that's
what
true.
happened,
That's
and then
true.
they've been very supportive
Exactly.
with whatever programs.
And
that-
they're hosting the bilateral talks between the government and the more Islamic Liberation
All
Front.
right.
But setting aside what really happened in the issue, um, at that time I was asked how to push through with the investment channels and the talks that I had with some of the investors in Malaysia. The way I see investment, it's a personal relationship. I've been working with the Malaysian companies and corporations and private institutions as well as the government for the past 3 to 5 years. I'd like to acknowledge the president of the Asian Institute of Management Club Malaysia, Haji Zulkifli Baharum. He was responsible in introducing me to different private investors in Malaysia. And later on, they actually asked me to sit in the board as the associate honorary secretary. And it's really a personal relationship.
Right, yeah.
When you ask someone to come over to the country, you know, they are entrusting themselves. It's not just the money, because money is actually easy to find. But you know, like the relationship involved, that's not easy.
The personalized.
Yes. So we had the trust and confidence with the investors, and we're really looking forward. We get something set up before the end of 2016.
All right. What about the role of Indonesia also with regards to the Muslim communities?
Yeah, the Indonesian government has been very supportive with the prior talks with the Moro National Liberation Front. They happen to be the host. And we're also looking forward to tap the market.
Because that's a huge market.
Yes.
If you can export some products to Indonesia, that's
Yeah.
although we have a very similar flora and fauna, you know, I mean, the demographics also. Still, that would be. Well, what is your target products for, you know, Indonesia, Malaysia?
One of the very strong products here in the Philippines are the beauty care products, and there are some women organization in the south. I've seen some of the products, soap, like the papaya soap,
Yes.
and Indonesian,
Whitening.
Asian in
Okay.
particular, they like
Yeah.
they like beauty products. So these
Yeah,
are
beauty.
potential products that we
Especially
can.
the whitening products. Okay. That
I
would
agree
sell
with that.
well,
I
I
agree
could
with that.
imagine. All right.
So we're looking into to facilitate the export of this product to these countries.
Yeah,
In fact, I just came from Jakarta, and yeah, you're right. It's really a huge market and very potential market. So
Right.
these are things that are competitive.
And the basic ingredient of soap is the coconut.
Yes.
Coconut oil and all this. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are potential products that we can export to Indonesia in particular.
All right. And from Indonesia, there are also a lot of food products that we import here, no?
Yes. And in fact, there are some delicacies in Mindanao that I would say, in my experience traveling around, I could say these are potential food that we can export also in the Southeast Asian communities. Say for instance, one of the delicacy that we produce in Maguindanao is the dudul. I should bring you one when I
Alright.
visit you again. Dudul is a native product it's very tasty, but we need the technology how to preserve it. So yeah, it can stay for how to package it.
Right. Yeah.
And also coffee.
Oh,
There's
you do
one.
have a
Yes,
lot
I've
of-
tried the coffee in Piquet in Maguindanao. It's so tasty, and I can sense with the other coffee that we produce in other Asian countries, it can be very, very competitive.
Okay, so this is like the Barako coffee that we have in
Yes.
Batangas.
Yes.
So you're growing it now in Mindanao.
Yes, and there's a plantation in that area of Maguindanao in Piquet, and the coffee in that area is known for that great flavor.
All right. So you have some coffee. You have also the other. Did you mention about the palm trees for palm oil?
Yes, and
So you've started that also as part of the.
there are some areas who had started it. What we had in the areas where we identified our nursery. We're looking forward to host the technical experts from Malaysia to see the sites. I think when I came here the last time, we're just exploring it, but now the investor already came here sometime in February this year, and hopefully by the end of the month, they can see the place.
Because well, just to mention, I know of a certain group that wants to how do I say, lease land
Mm-hmm.
and have and plant corn and then mechanize the harvesting of this, you know. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I could also point to you.
We will be
I mean,
very,
ask
yeah,
this group to talk to you
we will
because
be
then,
interested.
yeah, because I think number one for the economic development is agriculture,
Yes,
no?
agriculture, especially for the southern Philippines. That's the major resource that we have. How to explore and develop the agricultural land area.
All right. Yeah. We still have some pictures and also the website where they can get in touch with you,
Yeah,
with your office.
yeah,
All right.
we had the, I think we had it posted. The website, it's www.ncmf.gov.ph. That's the official website of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos.
Yeah. Can we have that flash on TV, please? Yeah, the website and the contact numbers of
Yeah,
the Bureau of Muslim Economic Affairs.
yeah, we had our contact numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's for our telephone number, it's
There,
029526491296. Our local number is 113. Our fax is 0295248875. And you can access to our direct mobile numbers, 0927-7200-150.
So this is the office of the Bureau of Muslim Economic
Affairs.
Affairs.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, those who would like to contribute or you have any inquiries, you know, they can get in touch with you, with your office.
Yes.
So,
I had a very hardworking staff, and
you're a slave driver.
it's a great opportunity to be part of the government and serve the communities. It's a way of paying back after all the scholarship and opportunities that we have.
Yeah.
It's nice to pay back, and it's a good thing to be part of the government work, especially under the administration of President Aquino, because we had a chance to really maximize resource.
All right.
I mean, getting a scholarship grant alone, for instance, it would cost $24,000, and that's already an opportunity. If I just stay in the private sector, it's difficult to maximize this resource.
Yeah. No, but especially for your, expertise.
Thank you.
Our Muslim brothers would really need people like you,
Thank you.
you know, to move forward in order, you know, more progress, faster,
Thank you.
you know, to put it in the mainstream or fast track it.
It's nice to be part of the nation building, and I always say this, that to move the country forward, each sector needs to be addressed, and the Muslim Filipino communities as a sector or as a community should be part of the nation building, specifically in the development of investment portfolio. And that way we can move forward as a nation.
Enlighten me nga, Aleem. Do you have a, what do you call this sector, my mind, the representation in Congress?
Yes, we have, yeah, we can invite here, I think, the First Lady of the Governor, the Honorable Siti Jali Hataman. She's my former boss. She's the executive director of the commission. She's representing the Anak Mindanao party list.
Okay.
So we will be working.
Anak Mindanao party list.
Yes, we'll be working hand in
There's only
hand.
one.
There are some other offices and party lists who are involved, but for the Bangsamoro and the Muslim community's advocacy, the Anak Mindanao party list is very specific on this vision, and we're working closely with them. We're working closely with them to address some of the. In fact, we already started discussing on potential skills training in some of the areas that we identify. Our office in particular, we already started soap making, so we can soap making.
But okay, Aleem, tell us also about our Muslim Filipinos residing in Sabah, in Indonesia. What are they doing, and how does our government address, you know, the concerns or the welfare of our Muslim brothers there?
That's a very political question. And well, as far as our office is concerned, we would like to be part of the plan.
Yes.
But I've been to this area in Kota Kinabalu in particular. The Muslim and the Filipinos in that area are doing great job. They're doing businesses, and they're engaged in very successful trade.
Okay.
So our recommendation, and we wanted to be part of it, is to strengthen our participation, and how to one is the strength of this area are trading. So how can we facilitate the trading activities in this area? And with regard to
But didn't it start during President Marcos' time, the barter trade? Was that
even before
even before
even
that?
before even before the
yeah.
coming of the Spaniards,
Right.
the Muslims in this
Yeah.
country, and especially in the south, they've been doing trading, and you can see that as part of. I think if you see,
Yeah, they've done
if
that,
you,
but then the barter also became sort
Yes.
of more how would I say, official.
Yes. They've
trading.
been, yes, the barter is an official trading mechanism
Mm-hmm.
in these areas.
All right. So it's not just Philippines, Indonesia, but it also includes what? Malaysia
Yeah.
and
Um, Brunei,
and Brunei,
yeah,
yes.
very close to our region.
Yeah, and not only close, but with regards to culture, sort of
Yes.
where, how they say, Malay brothers,
Yeah.
no? That's our connection. But okay, so you have in your drawing board other projects in the near future.
Yeah, one is we need to have our roadmap done on the Islamic finance and the development of the Wakaf. I see it as a very potential resource of fund mechanism for the Philippine government, especially for the use of the Muslim Filipinos, because we had
The microfinancing and
yes,
the
we have Gulf countries, and what I observe in the area, especially in the Muslim Filipino communities, there's really a problem with the cash flow.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but of course, included also in the microfinancing would be the projects or the
Yes.
enterprise. How do you say it? The projects that they could use this funding for.
Yes. So we'll be doing parallel strategy.
Has to be.
We need to do the skills training and the transfer of the technology. That's why right now we're facilitating trainings
and livelihood
and
projects, right.
livelihood projects. And on the other hand, we also need to provide the resource for this livelihood project, which is
goes
the
hand
fund.
in hand. So like you said, parallel.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, when the Emir of Qatar visited the country, we meet with the Minister of Islamic Affairs of Qatar, and we're trying to sign. We'll be signing, hopefully very soon, a memorandum of understanding on Wakaf management. Wakaf management is endowment, and in Islam, Muslims, as part of our practice, we're supposed to give zakat, zakat and sadqa. Zakat is 2.5% of our income, which is it should be in the gross.
2.5.
Yes,
That you pay forward.
you pay forward.
Yeah.
So if we can,
This is a way of the teething that you give in your mosque.
yes,
Is it you give it to a
that's
mosque or
what,
you
yeah.
give to?
You can give it to the mosque or you can give it to the needy. So these are qualified beneficiaries. But if we
Okay.
can institutionalize it,
So
try to imagine how many working force do we have here from the Muslim community, and everybody would give 2.5% of their income.
So you do have your personal social responsibility as a Muslim. also,
Exactly.
right? Pardon my ignorance. But anyway, that's nice to know. And well, you've you've enlightened us so much on, on the economic affairs, the initiatives and the steps being made for, progress in our Muslim communities. So at this point, Aleem, I'd like to thank you and wish you more power,
Thank you.
To help our Muslim brothers.
Thank you. Very honored.
So you're most welcome again to guest at my show and, give us more information on what's being done for the benefit and progress of our
And
Muslim
you would like to
brothers.
invite you to be part of the third joint committee meeting. We definitely need a person like you who should keep us involved in what's happening in the country. And the third joint committee meeting, I'd like to find this venue to advance the interest, the economic advancement of the Muslim Filipinos in this country.
All right. Thank you also.
Thank you.
So for our viewers out there, thank you for joining us this evening. I hope that, we learned a little bit of, the topics that we discussed on the show. So I'll see you next week at IKONS in Circles. This is Consul Annette Ablan. Thank you.